Hi, this is Sandy from Scissors in the City. This is part 2 of our New Day collection flipbook. The things you're going to need is your flipbook, a scoring tool, a 1.5 circle punch, adhesive. I used both 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch tape, and then also my tape runner, a scissors, some kind of punch for your corners, or you can just clip it with the scissors, and a ruler. To get started, we're going to build our pages that do not go in the photo sleeves. So our very first page, we will need this checked 4x8, has the flowers on the back, and the 8x6 navy flowers. It has the green check on the back. You also need your scoring tool. And we're going to score this 4x8 piece of paper at 2 inches. And then fold it on that score. Our finished page needs to be 7.5 inches wide. So we're going to overlap 1/2 inch. So I have my score tape that's 1/2 inch, and I'll put it right on the edge. I'm going to burnish that down. And then remove the top of that tape. And I want to place this just over the edge. Try and have this ruler help guide me a little bit. So then for the back side, I'm going to put the 1/2 inch tape on this edge. Then I just have to fold it over. Again, burnish it down. Remove the protective paper and fold it over. And I'm going to take my bone folder and just double crease that, just so that it's nice and flat. And you need to put it back in your scoring tool and score at 1 inch. This is pretty thick, so I did it a couple times, and I'm actually going to do it on the back side also. And that's it for that page. Then our next page to build you will need your 12x8 camera piece of paper, and your green or navy 8 by 1/2. This is going to go on the inside flap. So we're going to score 1 inch from the left edge and 7.5. And then I'm just going to fold that over. This one I don't have to fold, it's just going into our book. And maybe we should give it a little piece. That's it for that one. Then our next page to build is our bees. So find your buzzing bees and your yellow polka dot. This is like the one we just did. Score at 1 and 7.5. And I'm going to flip this over just to give it to help those fibers crease a little so that they don't break. Here. This one has an 8 by 1/2 piece right on the edge. And the reason I'm doing this now is it sometimes is a little easier to do this before it gets in your book. So I just put my 1/2 inch tape on here. Off the liner. And it's going to go on my edge. Like so. We have another one to build. This is similar to the first one we built. We need our plaid 3 by 8. And we are going to score at 1.5. Let's flip that over too. Again, the reason I'm doing this is I don't want my paper to crack. Sometimes if you score an additional front and back, it doesn't crack. Sometimes it does, but we're gonna try. And then this paper is going to be scored 1 inch from the left side. Just like that other one we did, we're going to put the tape on paper. Only this one is on the right side. The last one we built like this, we put this additional one on the inside. This time we're going to do it on that side. So we'll just put this right on the edge. And then you take your plaid and cover that up. We're going to put our tape on this edge. Close it up. And I'm going to crease this with my bone folder so it's got a nice tight edge there. And we've got this one to bend, or take off that size. So those are the 4 pages that we've built. We have this one. We have basically the identical one with a different paper. And we have this one with the flap on this side, and this one has the attachment on the right side. So this one I didn't fold yet, weren't we? And with the double paper, it is a little stiff. So now we'll go to our book. And we need to disassemble it. So if you go to the back of your flip book, you'll find these. Go ahead and slide them so that you can take this piece off. And then you can take your book off, your back cover off, and your pages out. And the cover we're going to set aside. We're now going to make the holes in our pages that we made. So set this in, and I just kind of centered it. Pushed it all the way in. And drew a circle where this was. Where the holes are, where I need to punch. Then if you happen to have a corner, wrong tool. You need your 1/4 inch hole punch. I'm using this one from We Are Memory Keepers. If you are using this one, you can open the top. If I know which way I'm going, there we go. You can open this, and then you'll be able to see in this to find the hole. And that way you can place your paper right in where you want it and punch the hole without guessing. So do that to all 4 papers that you built. And you can set them aside. Now you need your photo sleeves and the rest of your papers. We'll come back and do our cover later. The first page, you will need a full photo sleeve. And you'll need your 12 by 6 paper. And we are going to score that at 8.5 inches. So it's your 12 by 6 paper, score at 8.5. You will need your 6 by 1 inch paper that's checked, pink checked on one side, flowered on the other side. So we're going to use the flower side. And for this I just used a tape runner. And just place it about like so. And you can use the grid marks of the checks to help you line it up. And what I did was I wanted it about centered between those two. And you have, these just resemble photos. You can put your photos here. You don't have to do it this way. Sometimes visually I find it a little easier if I have something to guess where I'm going to put my photos. So I put that one there. And this one you need to make sure is up underneath here. So you're going to have to come down about 1/4 inch. And again, I may cover these up later when I actually have photos to put in here. So that's that page. Then on the back, before we put it in the sleeve, we need these 1 by 1s and a green strip that was 6 by 3/4, and then a photo mat that's about 4.5 by 6.5. So I've done this 2 ways. Sometimes I've put it on the top, sometimes underneath. I think I like it underneath best. So again, I am just going to use tape runner on this. And I think I want that dark edge to show this time. I'll put my photo mat on. And I'll take my 1 by 1 and cut it corner to corner. And my other 1 by 1 and cut it corner to corner. For this I used my pop-ups or dimensionals. And I covered each of your corners. And now we can put it in its sleeve. Set it aside. Next we will need our 4x4 photo sleeve, and we'll need our 3x4 cameras, a 3x4 navy and green. We're going to put a photo mat on there. We will need our flowers and a photo mat on there. And then we'll need this piece, that's your 4x4 journaling card, and we'll need to trim this to 3x4. So it's already 4 inches tall, we just need to trim it to 3. Goes there. So we're going ahead and adhere this photo mat here. And this photo mat. And that's going to go in like this. Now before I slip them in the sleeve, I'm going to flip it over and just make sure that I didn't add anything else here. So this one was blue, and I actually put a white one in, assuming I was going to put a photo in. I'm not going to do that for now. So that one can go in there. This one doesn't have anything on the back. Where's this one? And this one will be here. This one does get a photo sleeve on it. So we have this. So again, my front side looks like that. And then the back side. And that page is done. Now this is going to be one of the pages we built. So if we pull that out, then you will need these two 4x4 cards. And we are going to score at the top 1/4 of an inch. This one, you need to, when you flip it up, you want your banners going the right direction. So it needs to be scored here so that when I open it up, it's going to be that direction. So I'll take my 1/4 inch score tape and apply it where my score line is. Do the same for both of them. And they're placed about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom and the top. So I'm going to do the bottom one first. And I do want to get this on straight, so I'm going to use a ruler. And it's also about 3/4 of an inch from each side. I put that on, and then just confirm that their little banners are going the right direction, which they are. And we'll do the same thing with the other one. Spin it around, that way I can get it lined up properly. Now, put my ruler down for 3/4 of an inch. Now I want my edges to line up. Well, down, and then I just flip it up. Well, it's out of the book because it's easier to move.